Go deeper.
What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Go Deeper podcast. This week is going to be a little bit different. Instead of our usual flow of topics, we're going to be doing a review of the Ultimatum because that show is crazy. So we haven't watched all of the episodes that have been released yet. We've only watched the first 3. So we're going to talk about those, and then we'll come back with a part 2 and talk about the rest of the episodes that have been released. But then the final 2 are not out yet. So it'll probably end up being like a 3-part series to talk about this entire show. But it has already been just a freaking roller coaster ride. Before we get into each couple, what are your initial thoughts about the show?
It's interesting. It's good to see, like, there's people that, especially for our relationship, it's good to see that there are people like you that want the ultimatum, and then there are people like me that are just like career driven.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, it's cool. It's a good vibe. I'm enjoying it. They got the black folks on there. They acting up, so I like that.
No, I think it's crazy, and I don't know if like Nick and Vanessa Lachey, who are the hosts, I don't know if maybe they have talked about why they created the show, but did you peep in the beginning? They talked about how they came up with the concept.
Yeah, I did.
So it was because they were together. She basically said she never thought she'd be a person to like push marriage on somebody, and she ended up pushing it on him. He was like, "Nah, I'm not really trying to do that right now." So they separated, started dating other people, and he came back begging, like, "Please, I was wrong. Give me one more chance."
It wasn't like that. It was not like that. I've been watching it. You ain't gonna play me. He was like, they both did their thing, and he came back, and he was like, "Okay, I see that you're the one that I want to spend the rest of my life with." That's how it was. But
yeah,
give me one more chance, please. It was not like that.
So we initially started off with 5 couples?
Yeah.
And now we're down to 4. And we'll talk about how we lost a couple. But we're gonna talk about each couple. I'm just gonna do it in order of how I have them or how they're listed in this article. So just give me 1 second. We'll pull that up so we can talk about the crazies. So let's talk about Kat and Alex first. How do you feel about them?
Kat and Alex.
So
Alex
hold on, just a little background. Kat is the one who issued the ultimatum to Alex in this situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And Alex is he's chilling. Like they didn't show too much of their vibe early on, so it's like
didn't.
all I kind of got from him was from the dates that he started doing with Roxanne. But he's career driven, and I don't even know why he wasn't like. I think it ends up being like personality wise why he has to find the right person, because why hasn't he said yes? I don't really understand. Like,
so I feel like when they started talking about them, the main thing that they showed was like they're the adventurous couple, right? They're the couple who likes to, like, they're always going on trips, they're always traveling, they're always doing, outside type of
that was
couple.
them.
That's them, right?
Okay.
I could have sworn that they're showing pictures of them by like by waterfalls and just like all this traveling stuff. And I think she's just ready to settle down now.
Okay.
And he's not. And we'll talk about later who these people end up getting recoupled with. But when he ended up choosing his other partner, some of the things he said were like, I want somebody who's maybe a little bit more outgoing or outspoken. Weren't those the things that he was saying?
Yeah, I think so. I'm trying to see. I think he did say something crucial. He said something, I don't want to feel like I can't move around or something like that.
Who did he end? Okay, well, let's backtrack. He repartners with Roxanne, correct or no?
Yeah, Roxanne and Alex.
Right? Okay, so he ends up saying he likes Roxanne because she's outspoken, she's bold, and Kat
is more reserved.
She's very reserved, and Kat was like, "You've literally never said that before." She's like, "I didn't think the issues we had in our relationship were because of my personality. You never brought that up. So now to hear you bring that up is weird."
Yeah, he told her. She's like, "You need to figure that out." You need to figure that out. But no,
and I do appreciate that while she is like, everybody's uncomfortable with the situation. It's hard to see your partner with somebody else. She is very open to the experience, which I do appreciate. That she's like, I want you to like. I'm confused on why you chose this person and why you're comparing them to my personality, but I want you to have the space to like figure it out what it is that you need. And she honestly, to me, she's very dry. Like, this is not a person. She's not very entertaining. She is very sweet and like very quiet and very laid back.
Very
if you like
I'm not
she seems like she'd go with the flow. That's the kind of person she seems like.
Yeah.
She'll go with the flow with whatever, but not very entertaining and not a very exciting partner, from what I've seen.
Yeah, she's boring.
but low key, Alex is kind of the same to me. Like,
but if my guy has businesses and making money and feels like he's not a boring guy, then he's gonna get out there.
Yeah, that's true. So, do you have any other thoughts about Kat and Alex before we move on to the next couple that came into the experiment?
They're boring, but yeah, we can move on. Kat is real boring. She issued the ultimatum, I guess.
Yeah.
I understand why she would. Like, what else is there to do?
Yeah, if we're gonna be together, like, what are we doing? The next couple is Lisa and Brian. This couple definitely shook up the ultimatum. I'm not gonna lie. They were wild. So I'll let you give your thoughts about them initially coming in, and then we'll kind of talk about what happened as the first 3 episodes progressed.
See, Lisa was on her, like...
Well, let's always start off with, like, who issued the ultimatum.
All right. So Lisa issued the ultimatum, and she's just like, I'm 31. I got a biological clock, and like, I'm ready to get married. We've been dating for 2 years. I think when I read, they said they were in a situationship for 6 months, and the rest was dating. So total to 2 years. And she's like, I'm ready to get married. And he's like, I don't got my situation all together. Understandable. Finances are big for me. Like, he also says, like, okay, we love each other. What does marriage do to that? It's like, it's like a symbol or something like that. But it's like, at the end of the day, he's not financially ready. She's trying to tell him, oh, I got 6 figures. Like, we're good. And he's not trying to hear that. He's like, I need my own shit. Or whatever. Yeah. But that's...
And this couple, so initially coming into the experiment, it was like very, very clear that, and Lisa is the one who wanted to do this. Apparently what they've said is she's the one who applied for the show, wanted to be on the show, all this stuff. The very first night they were together and they were laying in bed, she woke up crying. You remember that?
Yes.
They were filming her, and she was like, I want to go home. She's picking up the phone. She's like, I want them to come get my bags. I want to go home. The first night, I was like,
that's what was pissing me off. They were good, like about 3-4 hours. It fast forward like 1 to 2 a.m. And next thing you know, she's just bawling, crying. I'm like, what happened? What happened?
And it was weird because they showed them having like, well, you know what? Right before that, and I don't know how much time lapsed, but they showed them like kind of having like some intimacy as their last night, whatever. So it was like that happened.
That was like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock.
And then she's crying. And I was like, maybe he just gave it to her real good. And she was like, fuck. What if he does it to someone else?
and my thought process was like, oh, she realized she messed up. Like, she don't want to do this no more. It's starting to hit her. It was starting to hit home. I feel like that was just what was happening. And she was just crying like, okay, but we're here. We can't do anything about it. And he was adamant on the next day, we're here. Let's do it or whatever.
I think for him, it was like, I didn't want to come on this in the first place, but you got me on here. I'm here now. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And also he saw his little thing he wanted to try.
Raya.
And he was like, okay, I want to stay.
He said, okay, I'm about this action. And then he met hey, man.
So in the show, if you haven't seen, I mean, we kind of explained the concept of the show, but they have to choose somebody to live with for 3 weeks to almost pretend like they're in a marriage.
They get 10 days to do that. 10 days to do that.
Yeah, 10 days. And then after that, they go back with their partner and they do the same thing. They live with them for some amount of time. And then at the end of the show, you either leave single, engaged, or with the partner you like end up matching up with.
Yeah.
So anyway, Lisa, she honestly, when they're mingling with the other couples and they're meeting the other people, I think that she could have had a good chance of like finding somebody who maybe was ready for marriage and like was ambitious and was on the same level as her, but she was not open to it at all. Like the entire
I thought Trey was perfect for her.
I thought so too. I was like, if you would have really given yourself a chance, you might have, maybe you wouldn't have fallen in love with Trey, but you would have seen there's somebody on my level that wants the same things as I do. And it could have maybe did like a shifted your mindset, but you were the whole time she was having conversations with other people, she was staring at Brian. I was like, girl.
She was tripping. She was not chilling. I'm like, look at you. You brought your man here. You issued the ultimatum, brought your man here. Now you looking silly. Looking at everything else. Antonio was trying to talk to her. She's like, sorry, I'm just having a hard time with this experience, seeing my ex talk to other people.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. And I feel her though, as far as like she wants to be married. Like she is 32. He's a little bit younger. He's 29. So it's not that much of an age difference, but as you and I have found, those few years can be like a huge difference in mindset.
Yes.
He's still in his 20s. I know it's only one more year in your 20s, but he's still in his 20s. He's still trying to figure out his life. It's like, I honestly think if she would have let this happen naturally, maybe in like 2-3 years, he would have been ready to propose.
Yes, and he's a man, and you're trying to tell him, not like he's trying to get himself together, finances. If he doesn't have finances and is like, okay, and you're expecting yourself to just take care of the load, it's like he's setting himself up for failure. He's not.
And I also feel like a lot of men feel insecure if their women out earns them by a lot. Yeah. Like they don't want to feel like, you're the breadwinner. I'm not contributing to this household. Like, give me some time to get my money up.
And that's my thought process. Yes, like you good. I don't even gotta have what you have. I just need to make sure my foundation is set up. Let me get my stuff together. Let me get my stuff set up to where I'm comfortable. I'm not gonna just because you're good, sacrifice getting my foundation together and have a triumphant. But hey,
yeah. So let's then talk about, so we said Lisa really didn't have a good dating experience. Do you want to talk about Brian's dating experience for the limited time he was there?
But with Lisa, she did have good, like her dating experience. You don't remember she went on a date with Trey?
Yeah, but that was,
and they had you're right. She connection. They hugged. He was like, give me a hug.
But that was later. That was after she spazzed out at the bar. That was a little bit later.
You're talking about in the prior dating.
Yes.
The first, she didn't really. Yeah, she didn't really get into the dating experience for sure. But Brian was the same thing earlier on. He was only talking. Oh yeah, he was talking to Raya, that he found, and Raya was vibing.
Oh, we're gonna talk about Raya a little bit later. But Brian is instantly attracted to somebody named Raya. So he's already like, I'm here. I'm gonna do this experiment. I see somebody I'm attracted to. The conversation is good, and so he starts building this connection with her. Lisa ain't having it.
Lisa's not having it at all. Lisa is not having it. Lisa was looking down the whole day.
So in episode, I want to say this is episode 2 when they go to the bar. Is that episode 2, right? Or is it episode 3? And they all get together at night.
The bar where it goes down.
Yeah.
That's after the pool area. That's the first episode. The end of episode 1. That's how episode ends.
So all the couples go to a bar. And again, while you're at this bar, you're supposed to be single. Like you're supposed to be interacting with other people, getting to know them, getting to learn about them, all that good stuff. So again, Lisa's already on edge. She ain't feeling this experiment. So she starts, I can't remember, does she initially get up and she pulls him aside to talk to him and ask him, tell him that she wants to go home. She's not feeling the experiment.
Let me give you the play-by-play.
Okay. Because I was like, him and her talked before he pulled Raya aside and talked to her.
Let me give you the play-by-play. So they're all at the table at the bar. Lisa's like, which dates did y'all enjoy the most? And the guys were just looking like, what or whatever. And then nobody was trying to answer. And then she was like specifically Brian. And Brian was like, I've been summoned. Oh,
yeah.
Brian was like, I've been summoned. And then Antonio was like, you don't got to answer her, bro. He was like, oh, yeah, I'm not. And then she was like, okay. I think she went to one of the girls. I don't know if it was, she's asked Kat. She was like, Kat, which date did you enjoy the most since they ain't got no balls? She said it. And then Kat told hers. And then Raya said she enjoyed 2 dates. And she was talking about Brian was one of them. And talking about how getting to know him was. And then she was like, I'm gonna go get a shot. This is awkward. And goes to the
My thing is, and I didn't even understand that part. I'm like, you're gonna say I'm gonna go get a shot because this is awkward. You started the whole conversation.
You
started the whole
conversation. The ultimatum. You started the whole conversation. She starts stuff, and then when you take it to when you be like, okay, she okay. And so she went to go get a drink in the back, and that's when Brian went to go excuse himself to go meet her. They took a shot, and then of course you're gonna take a shot. You're already emotional. You're gonna get more emotional. So they take a shot, and that's when it's like they're venting to each other back there. And he's like, "You just got to trust me. We're good. And this and that." At this point, she don't want to do it no more. But he's all what it's looking like.
This is where I felt like he's in the experiment, but I feel like he didn't have to do this. So she's crying. She's upset. She's saying, "I don't really want to do this anymore." The next scene, he's pulling Raya aside to go chat with her. I'm like, bro, she was just like, you couldn't have just like y'all couldn't have just talked in public. Like, I feel like your girl's already hurting, and then you pushed her. You pushed her. So I kind of blame him.
We don't know how many.
For doing that.
We don't know how much time lapsed.
Okay, so continue on. You're telling it good. So what happened next?
So the next thing you see, we don't know how much time lapsed. It could have been 30, 40 minutes. At the end of the day, this is the first day they are single. They spent their last night together. That's when he was crying throughout the night. Next morning, they were good. Today, they're single. Everybody is single.
Yeah.
So it's like they're getting to know who they want to choose it. They got 10 days to choose that. And it's like, okay, Raya, he's talking to Raya, and they're vibing, talking about it, and just building a good connection. And then here comes Lisa.
So it's funny because Lisa at first, she was like, I'm gonna go, I can't watch this, I'm gonna go to the bar. So she goes to the bar with Roxanne.
Yeah. And
you remember?
Yeah,
and Roxanne's like, don't go over there, girl, don't go over there. And then she's like, well, if you're gonna go over there, at least be nice. And then Lisa was like, fuck it, I'm going over there.
Oh, yeah. I'm going over there. I forgot about that. She said, I'm going up there. I was like, oh, Lord, you bugging. So she goes over there.
Sits right next to Brian, right next to him.
She said, what are y'all talking about, Raya? And then she's like, dating.
And I feel so bad for Raya. We're going to get into her. But she's literally like the sweetest girl ever. She don't want no problems.
She cool people. She cool people right now. She could be put on the front like we said. But nah, so she said dating. And then I think she asked, are you liking him more? And she's like, I mean, we've only been on 2 dates so far or whatever. She was like, it looks like you're liking him more. Like you're 100 or whatever. And then I think he was like, she was like, yeah, she was saying that we have a good connection, and she was not having it. She was like, you need to go talk to your man. You know why I brought my man? She said, you know why I brought my man here? I know why I brought my man here. You need to go worry about your man or whatever. And then she was like, oh, well, it's my man. I don't know where my man is. Is he by himself? I'll go if he's by himself. She said, she was like, go get your man. She was like, she asked again, is he by himself? She was like, well, I'll go. I know how to talk to myself, so I'll go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
She used herself. But I was like, why you have to do that? I said, why you have to do that?
And so at that point, is that when she storms out? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
they both kind of get up and walk out of the little section they were in.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
No, you good. You remember what happened there from there?
When she mushed him?
Yeah, she freaking just went it. They went back. He was chilling, just standing. Everybody was just chilling at the table. And she comes back. She was like, you know what? You want to go talk to the girl? Go talk to the girl. And
mushed him in his face. I was like, oh,
big face. I'm like, he's like, wow. Everybody's looking like, Ryan's like, oh Lord, what I get myself into.
I was like, damn. So then she kind of storms outside, and Brian kind of follows her, and he's like, okay, relax, chill. It's not that big a deal. She's like, F you, F the ultimatum, F the ring. I'm out of here. I'm like, okay.
I was like, she was going crazy. She was like, what you want that girl from Hooters?
She ain't got nothing to give you. She don't got nothing to talk about.
It was like, she can't teach you nothing. What's she going to teach you?
She was like, I understand. She goes, I understand if you went for a boss bitch like Roxanne. At least she got something going for her. I was like, okay. You would have been mad no matter who it was.
She was hating, big mad. Big mad. And
I was like, geez.
She was like, I'm going. She was like, I'm going home. He was like, I don't give a fuck. And then after that, I think she tried to play him. She was like, give me the keys or whatever. I feel like it was like, a car. No. It was a car that she bought him.
Yeah.
And he was like, no. No.
And so she ends up leaving, and Brian goes back in the bar.
Yep, goes back in the bar.
So she was crazy. She was crying. She was all that, but I don't know. Anyway, so following up, because there's still a lot more with their story.
Yeah, we could come back if you want.
We can kind of circle back to them. But what kind of happened after that with them for the next day? I can't remember.
You don't see them again till.
Oh, that's right.
You don't see Lisa again till the date with Trey. That's her next scene.
Yeah, that's right. So let's just finish them out so we don't have to roundabout back to couples. Yeah. So the next scene you see them is next day, and she goes on a date with Trey, which is the other black dude. Yeah. And they actually are kind of having good conversation.
Good conversation.
And
real good.
He tells her basically like, I appreciate that you are passionate about the things that you care about. And it really touched her, because I think that's really what it is. She needs to learn. She needs to go to therapy and figure out how to work through her emotions. But I really think it's just that she's passionate about him and her relationship. She just doesn't know how to show that appropriately.
Yeah.
But she appreciated him saying that. And so they hugged. They ended up having a really good conversation, laughing, joking. It was what it was. And then, so at the, so again, we're kind of jumping around. But a few episodes later, they are at the Ultimatum dinner. And this is where you decide who you're going to choose to live with for the next, what did you say, 10 days?
Yeah.
I thought it was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, that's after you choose. After you choose, and
okay.
3 weeks with that person.
So you choose who you want to live with. And we noticed Lisa and Brian aren't there. We're like, okay, what's going on? Why aren't they at the dinner table?
Yeah.
So then Nick and Vanessa basically say that Lisa finds out that she's pregnant. And so then they show a little clip of Lisa calling Brian to her hotel room saying like, oh, I'm pregnant. And then you see their conversation go from there. But I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't think she's pregnant. I think that she really didn't want to be on the show. I think she really, really didn't want to be on the show. And I think that she fabricated that. And I think what she might try and do is really try to get pregnant in the days following to be like, yeah, I was pregnant. But I'm like, girl, usually when people are, I'm not trying to say this is how you should do it, but usually it's like you have your pregnancy test that says yes, and you show your. It was none of that. If I was him, I would have been like, I need to like, let me see that as proof.
I need to see it.
Because I was like, I don't believe your ass. You just don't want to be here no more.
And it's like, we don't know if they might still follow them throughout the ultimatum. I don't know. Maybe. Because they're not participating in the experience anymore from what we see anymore. But who knows if they come back into the picture, like we find out that she was lying.
And then it's like, whenever she kind of told him, he kind of, what did he say? She was like, I don't even care about the marriage or whatever. She was like, I just care about us and like the baby, whatever. And he was like, so I'm off the hook. I'm like, this man does not want to be with her. He does not want to be with her.
He's like, so I'm off the
And then he asked her, he was like, so we're gonna leave the show? I'm like, you're gonna date other people while your girl's pregnant? Like, sir. Wow. I said he don't want to be with her. He does not want to be with her.
Wow. Yeah.
So that's their story. I don't know if it ends there, if they're gonna follow them, like So said, but they're not on the show no more. They're not part of the experiment no more. Yeah. And it sucks. It sucks because I really think of all the couples, they really could have benefited from this experiment.
And Brian really could. I feel like him and Ryan had a good connection.
Mm-hmm. They were both in the same place in life.
Yeah.
So I thought that could have been beneficial. And Lisa's just attached to Brian. She just needed to see. She needs to like see what life is without him, not without being obsessed with him. Yeah. That's all she needed. Yeah. But let's move on. We spent enough time on them. Let's move on to Ryan and James.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like, to me, not a super entertaining couple.
Chill. So far, he's helping right now because Lisa and Brian are kind of off the show. He low-key put the last episode on his back with Ryan and Brian.
So let's give a little backstory here. So they're both 24. They're your high school sweethearts, been together for a long time.
7 years.
7 years. And she gave the ultimatum to him. So basically, we've been together for 7 years. I've given you this much time, which is it's funny. It's very oddly similar to my life story back in the day.
That's your story. That's exactly your story.
Yep. And so she's issuing the ultimatum, and with them, I think Ryan's cool. Ryan's got swag. She dresses good. She's funny. She's got a very country little accent. She's cute. Yeah. She could be. I could see her being entertaining and a good partner.
She said, "I
James, on the other hand, every time they show him on the screen, I'm like, okay, fast forward, because James thinks the ultimatum is his therapy session. Every time he's on camera, he's like, and I just had such a bad relationship with my parents, and I'm like, okay, sir.
It'll be like that when you lost a parent. It'd be like that. Sometimes it's hard for him, and I understand his situation because my guy, again, 24, trying to get his finances right. He said,
"I'm like, sir, you're on here to find love, not to cry about your past."
And he's, I think, 1 year younger than her too. He's like 23 and she's like 24. What are y'all like forcing these younger guys to freaking get married just because
they're the same age?
They're like one age.
No, even on the screen you can see 24. But I'm just like, but I do get it on the end. It's like, yes, we've been together for a long time, but we're both still very young. Why rush it? I get that.
But you're not thinking that at that age. That's the problem.
Yeah, you're not thinking that at that age.
That girls are not.
So, we're gonna talk about who ends up being with who, but basically, James also ends up being interested in Raya. And
hard.
I think and we're gonna get into Raya, but Raya is a really good listener. Like, if you notice when people talk to her, she doesn't interrupt. She responds appropriately. She's very calm, whatever. And that's what James needs, because again, he needs a therapy session. So he found connection with her because she just listened to him. She let him talk. They did have similar backgrounds as far as like growing up, the way they grew up with single moms. So they had some similarity there. But I really think that what James has said is like, he has a lot of feelings. He's a crybaby, and he doesn't feel like he can share those feelings with Ryan.
Yeah.
And what I think is Ryan's probably been with this man for 7 years and had to hear crybaby stories all the time. And she's probably like, I don't want to hear it no more. I done heard it. I know your family, I know your life. I don't want to sit here and listen to you cry. I really think that's what it is. They haven't really showed that, but I think that that's what it is.
Like, you think that's Ryan?
Yes, I think that how James is saying Ryan doesn't listen to him cry, she's probably been listening to him cry for 7 years. And she's over it at this point.
Definitely. But I didn't picture that. I didn't think that's how he's been. I was just thinking he's emotionally breaking down right now.
Nah,
he didn't know what it was gonna be. You gotta understand, he ain't as tough. He don't look as strong and cut for this type of experience. He has a pretty girl. She has blue eyes. She's a pretty girl, and it's like, oh, the moment freaking Trey started commenting on her, he was like, oh, like, I knew all these things. Why did I come to this experience? He's funny though, but yeah, he's interesting.
So because Lisa and Brian end up leaving, Ryan does end up getting to couple up with Raya, who we're going to talk about in a little bit.
James.
I mean, I'm sorry, James. You're right. I keep wanting to, because Ryan's a boy name.
But all the names are tongue twisters. It's hard.
Yeah. So James ends up being with Raya, and you want to talk about that night?
That night was interesting because she was
The first night they're together, like him and
the first night,
the new couples.
So she was like, they got into the house, vibing, champagne. Everybody had champagne, but in their moment, you just saw like he was sobbing, and she was just like, well, she was being positive about the experience. She was basically saying like, I got you. I mean, I'm here for you, and things like that. And he was just like, it's gonna be hard for me. Like, I just need you to be patient. Like, and he said it's starting to hit him that, okay, that Ryan's not with him or whatever. But long story short, later on that night, they're getting ready for bed, and she's in bed, and he just comes in the room, kind of like talking, like, I'm gonna go for a walk, because like right now, I just need to go for a walk. So, like when I'm back, you'll probably sleep good night. So he goes outside, and what did you see after that? He goes outside.
He was like, bro, I can't do this. I'm like,
to his friend
James,
are you 12?
Grow up.
He told his friend, what did he say? He was like, it just hit me now, a question that they asked me about what it would feel like if I were to lose Ryan, and it just hit me now. I was like, you're dramatic.
He's so annoying.
Maybe he's trying to do it for reality TV. What do you think?
Maybe. But no, I think he's I think he's on the wrong show. He needs to go to therapy. Couples therapy, whatever. That's what he needs right now. He don't need to be on this show. He needs to work through his emotions and his childhood trauma. But real quick, before we move on to the next couple, what did you think about all the couples not sleeping together the first night? Because I don't think in the past season that happened. I think some of the couples did sleep in the same bed together the first night. And
these couples slept together.
No, they didn't. Remember, the one guy blew up the air mattress.
Just one. That's just him. And the reason why he didn't, he said, because Roxanne will feel a way about me sleeping in the bed with somebody. Meanwhile, Roxanne sleeping in the bed.
Meanwhile, Roxanne talking about anal.
With Alex. Talking about trying to get new experiences with a partner while we're married. But
yeah. But that's all. Do you have any other comments for Ryan and James?
Yeah, Ryan and Trey's experience. I mean, I guess we haven't talked about Trey yet, right?
No, we haven't.
Okay, cool.
We're gonna move on to them.
All right.
Next couple. Let's talk about Raya and Trey.
Nah, go back. You
need to talk about Ryan and James?
James, do you remember when Nick was telling them about at the table when they all chose right after? Do you remember when he looked at Trey and said, I'm going to say something about fixing Trey? He said something corny. Like, he was like, okay, I'm scared.
He was like, I know we basically swapped partners, but it's all love, bro. I'm like, shut your ass up.
He was like, let's make sure we're being respectful, no ill will towards each other or something. I was like,
he thought that his girl was gonna go back and get some BBC and never come back.
Exactly. He was like, because the way Trey did it, Trey was like, she has beautiful, beautiful eyes.
He was like, oh no.
Oh no, the blue eyes. But yeah, we can move on. I remember that. I laughed. I was like, okay, this guy's scared right now. He said, I just want to talk to you guys. I'm gonna look at Trey specifically.
He's like, please don't fuck my girl, please.
He's crazy. But yeah, that's it.
All right, Raya and Trey.
Yeah, I vibe with both people.
So they, so in this situation, Trey actually issued the ultimatum, and the thing here is that Trey is an engineer. He's very well established in his career. He said a couple of times like he drives nice cars, has nice watches. He's doing good in life. Raya, on the other hand, is a Hooters girl, as Lisa put it, who has nothing to offer. But she is still trying to figure out her way in life, figure out what she wants to do. So she's not quite ready for marriage. She also had brought up that she really doesn't know if she wants to have kids, and she knows Trey wants to have kids. So they're kind of at a rough spot. I'm gonna give you my thoughts, and then I'll let you give your thoughts.
Raya?
I don't know if they. Here we go. Trey's 29, Raya is 25. So again, not a huge age difference, but enough that it makes a difference. I think that I like Trey. Trey knows what he wants. He's ambitious. He's got the life that he wants. He has the woman that he wants, and he wants to settle down and make his life happen. I think the issue here is, again, he's established and Raya is not. And she comes across as somebody who while she wants to be cared for, because she did make the comment like she expects the man to pay the mortgage, but she doesn't want to be fully dependent on somebody. She wants to have something going for herself too, and she feels like she's not in that place. And I think she thinks, if I get married, it looks bad on me, like I'm just marrying somebody for the stability and I don't got my shit together. Yeah. Like I kind of want to have something to offer first.
Yeah. Did you hear her? Did you hear her line? She said, if the credit card don't decline, then I'm fine.
Yes, that scared me. I was like, I'm surprised Trey's like down for that shit, especially if he's the one making the money. I don't know if she's spending her own money or his money or whatever. But yeah, I was like,
it could be a controller.
I was like, sis, you're talking about you want to level up in life, but that's the line, that's the quote that you're living by.
Exactly.
I don't see it.
She's just young though. How old is she?
25.
Yeah, she's you know that phase. Y'all don't.
Yeah, for sure. That's
nothing. I'm just trying to live my life, but I ain't trying to get married yet. Hold on, let me turn up a little bit more.
The thing is, she's so just quiet and sweet and what she has showed
they showed us.
She's very non-confrontational, so I can see. I actually can very much see why Trey is probably attracted to her personality.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you don't meet a lot of people who are what she is showing. Like this very just like sweet and calm and reserved.
You do, but she will turn up. You just won't see it a lot. Like Trey really puts her off, but for the most part, like you're saying, you don't come across that personality a lot.
And that's what I'm saying. He may not be attracted to her financial situation and what she's doing in life, but I bet you that personality, that calm, caring, seems to be chill personality is probably what really attracts him to her. It just seems very meek and very like, oh, okay, like
you do, but like also you probably meet them, but they're maybe not a hoot. Like, 'cause at the end of the day, she's a Hooters girl. Put that into perspective. There's no way she's chill. Like, you're a Hooters girl. It's hard to be chilling a Hooters girl. I think she's putting on a little, not saying a front, but she could be chill, but I know she knows how to go into work and be extra.
Yeah.
Know how to be extra. So it's like for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really get a gauge for her. You're right.
Yes, but I just feel like she's chilling. Like, she was open to freaking James because they had the same growing up. I think she really had a connection with him, but it's like the way he's acting is making it like, okay, I'm not having a good experience then.
Yeah.
But because it's like.
And like I said, Raya is a really good listener, and I can see how she can. I see that she's the type of woman who would attract a wealthy man or a man who's got something going for him, because she is a very much like, I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to explain what I'm saying. But one of her big things with him, outside of just being young and not being ready to get married and the kids thing, is that she said he's not romantic and he doesn't make time for her.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Reminded me of me.
So he's an engineer, and it seems like what they say, his life is pretty busy and on the go, which I could see for that kind of career. And she is like, I want to be taken on dates, which is me. Take me out on a date, plan something, let's do something. Like, you give all this time to everybody else in your career. Like, make sure you're making time for me. And so I thought it was funny that the very first night Raya and James are together, James put out all the roses, because remember she said she likes roses, put out all the roses by the pool, had some champagne, and did a little romantic thing for her. And was
I didn't see that. He did that? James?
Yes. James
did. He was crying?
And no, he wasn't crying. And you don't remember that part? He was like, I'm trying really hard not to stare at her tits. Because she had the bathing suit on.
They were getting farther than me. You didn't watch episode 4?
No. This is the first night together when they get in the pool together.
This is like when they first meet.
This is the same day that he's crying. This is the same where he's crying that night. This is earlier in the day.
When they first started off getting to know each other, they were in the pool?
No, this is the first night they're together, right?
The first.
So So the first night he's crying, but before he's crying, when they first get to the house together, they have a pool in their little area, and he makes a little private pool date for them.
I didn't
too.
see that, but maybe
you must. Yeah, so she's in a swimsuit, and she's tiny, she's got a cute little body, and he's like, I'm just trying so hard not to stare at her tits.
And then he's just like, check for this. I did not see this at all. I watched that detail. I did not see this. Episode 3. This is episode 3 then. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, he did the romantic gesture for her, which she appreciated. But yeah, I think that Ryan and Trey, I think that I think again, it's just time. I think Raya could be ready to be with Trey. She just needs to feel established in her life. But I honestly don't think that she's going to get established if she's talking about, if the credit card don't decline, I'm fine.
But you gotta understand, somebody's gonna put her on. It's up to him to put her on game financially and get her right. And maybe that's why he's saying, bro, I just need to get your mindset right. And you're 25, your mindset's not gonna be right no matter what. That's what, like, she can still change and be better at 28. She's gonna start saving and be like, damn, I need a house. She's gonna become, but at 25, it's hard to get into that.
But my thing is, if you already living this lifestyle paycheck to paycheck, and then you marry a man who's talking about he's gonna take care of you, are you really gonna change?
If you really want to be about having your own, some girls of it, like even people with rappers, they end up getting their own clothing line. Something, they do something for their brand. So even when they break up with their man, they still good. Like, they get the.
You know what I think? Now that I'm talking,
yeah,
I think she's just not ready for marriage. Point blank. Period. I think she's just not ready. She feels too young. She's not getting things she wants. I don't think it has anything to do with financial stability or wanting to. I think that she wants to live a luxurious life where she can spend what she wants, she can buy what she wants, and she's taken care of. Yeah. I just think that she's like, I'm still young, I'm still cute, I'm a Hooters girl, I'm probably getting some attention. I don't really want to settle down and be married to somebody right now.
Yeah.
But I think that I don't think really she has really. I don't think the financial thing is really what's holding her back from marriage. I don't think she really cares about that.
And if she's like that, I don't believe the whole submissive front that I'm seeing.
Maybe. Maybe we just gotta watch the rest of the episode to see.
Yeah, if she's like that. But how old is he?
Let's see. It has it listed. He's 29. She's 25.
He's like that's what I'm saying. He has, if he feels like, and I'm comparing it to me. Like, I still bring up finances, and he's like, I got the finances. Like,
but you know what? A lot of these people were saying, and I really thought about this. It's like, am I not ready to get married, or am I just not ready to get married to you? If the right person came along and was cool with my lifestyle and chill, and we got along and we vibe,
for sure.
Would you? And that's what
it is, and that's what it could be.
Because that's how we're about to get into Roxanne, because that's how Roxanne started to be.
Yeah.
Yep. So let's segue into them. All right, our last couple is Roxanne and Antonio. And they're honestly the most, after Lisa and Brian, who are highly entertaining, to me, this couple is the next highly entertaining couple to me that I'm really interested to see what's going on with them. So just for reference, Antonio is 30, Roxanne is 31, and he has issued her the ultimatum. They've been together 4 years off and on. And the big thing is that Roxanne is really into her job. She owns her own business. She's in IT. And that is her focus right now, not marriage. Antonio's like, 30 years old. What are we doing when we get married? He said when he saw her, he knew that's who he wanted. He wanted her to be his wife. And so he's ready to make that move. So what are your thoughts?
How old is he again?
He's 30 and she's 31.
She's 31. I mean, I just think that's why this season has so many different types of scenarios of people. Like, I think she wants him to level up, I feel like in a sense, she's like me. It might be like me and you. Like, you're making, you can say I'm making good money, but like, I want more and this and that for myself. And for him, he's like, I'm making good money. Like, why do I got to be ambitious and dream the world, like business owner and all this, like really be on your hobby, like grind, only want to work, only want to focus on that. And I feel like that's where she needs somebody that's like that, that's super busy. or somebody that's super maybe spontaneous and crazy and take me out my comfort zone or whatever, and he's probably not doing that. And then it's like, okay, and then you're not the ambitious person. I don't know. That's what I think.
And my thing is, and again, you kind of said it. I honestly don't think that he's not ambitious. I think that you can work a normal job and enjoy your job and make good money and be ambitious. She is a business owner and entrepreneur, and she wants somebody who's on that level. I honestly think she played the fuck out of Antonio. I think he makes good money. I think he's decent. I just think he's not as busy as her, and that bothers her.
But a Hooters girl can be ambitious.
Like, exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I don't think that he's not ambitious. I just think that he's not on the same level, not doing the same thing that she's doing.
Yeah, I think
because go ahead.
No, I think that's her style of ambitious. What she's doing, that's how she's seeing is ambition. If you ain't like up here with it, then you ain't ambitious. I think that's how she's looking at it. But I understand what you're saying too.
I think she's a workaholic. I think she don't got no work-life balance. And you know where I didn't like Roxanne.
She's 31.
You know where I didn't like Roxanne is whenever she was like, I want somebody to work around my schedule. As soon as I'm done my last meeting, have a glass of wine, let's go. Girl, you can't be trying to do all this and live
you
this
do
life.
That. You trying to do that.
Hold on. You can't act like you have no time for somebody, but then the second you have some time, you expect them to be like, all right, now it's about me. Now playing something. Girl. No.
Yeah, he just said that he was like, you work all the time. You're always working, then more work. And then he was like, when I'm done working, how about this? He's like, how about this? When I'm done working. Said that nonsense. But yeah.
Nonsense. I'm like, Roxanne. And then so she ended up getting who did she end up being with?
Alex.
The
other.
And look how she was like, I like that we were both on meetings all day. Whenever I took a pause for our meeting, I heard you on your meeting, and I like that. I'm like, grow up. She just wants.
I did not hear this. Maybe I wasn't listening hard enough. I did not hear that. I gotta watch more. I feel like you watched ahead. We're gonna see. There's no. Was this already in the apartment?
Yeah, it's already living together.
You watched more than I have.
Maybe I did start episode 4.
You watched more than I have, man.
Maybe I did start episode 4. Okay. Well, sorry if I'm
right. You talking about a whole hot tub? I would have missed a hot tub scene. Are you crazy?
But my thing is that was before the crying. That's where I'm confused. That was before him crying.
He been crying since day one.
No, I'm saying that was before him crying on the phone with his friend outside.
No, that was not that night. Because that night was day one. That's the first night. It didn't get spicy like that on the first night.
We'll talk about it in a little bit. But anyway, so yeah, I don't know. I think Antonio is. Who did Antonio end up with?
Antonio ended up with
hold on.
Katie born. So
before we do that, any other thoughts on Roxanne and Antonio?
Roxanne and Antonio. You saw how Antonio's energy was in the house. He was thinking about Roxanne a lot. He's on the floor for her. Like,
I think he literally thinks the sun shines out of her ass. Like, he thinks she's the most beautiful, smart, cool. Like, he's obsessed with her, and she's literally like, yeah, I could move on. It ain't nothing.
Yeah, and that's the problem. If he's thinking like that, is like, why do you think like that? Because she's on her shit. She wakes up at 5 a.m. She's working till 12. And I'm sure she knows how to be romantic with him too as well. Like, I don't think he's just dying like this just off of looks. Like, he dies for her whole persona. She's on her game.
But part of her persona is telling him he ain't shit.
No, her persona is
he's not ambitious.
Her persona is just like what I beg you for too. Just to, hey, I'm doing this, understand me. And it's like he's having that 25-year-old mindset, and he's 30. Like, you should be on the same 30, 31. Those are crucial. Your 30s are crucial to your success.
And I also
think need to lock in.
I don't know if you kind of heard too. She has a little bit of advantage in life because she's like, both my parents own businesses. I own a business. Like, I'm not going to say she didn't hustle, but I'm going to say a lot of that is probably as a result of what her.
Yeah. we don't know how she got it. She probably had help, too, or whatever. But she's here to help him. Like, let's do business together. Maybe come up with something that makes sense for me. Maybe that's
and it makes sense if you saw both your parents have their own business, operate their own business. They're probably operating how you're working all day. So that's what she knows, and that's what she expects. She doesn't know how to just chill.
How my mind.
And so Roxanne was like, Roxanne is not even like, oh, I want to get married later. Roxanne was on some, I don't even really believe in marriage like that at all. Like never type shit. She basically was like, it's a distraction. Marriage is a distraction. That's kind of how she put it. But now that she's
not wrong, is she wrong? She's not wrong. But
I think depending on your opinionated partner, I think because I think there's a lot of couples who succeed together and who don't level up until they start doing content or businesses or whatever together. Yeah. I think that it can be a support. I think it can push you. I think if you let it be a distraction, it can. It depends on the dynamic.
Distraction, like in the sense of desserts. Desserts are a distraction. Every now and then you need it. And that's all she's saying. It's a distraction like that. It's a good distraction.
But now that she's with her new dude, she's like, that's her mindset is now, maybe I do want to get married, but it has to be to the right person. I just don't want to marry Antonio. But maybe somebody who's working all day and who's ambitious, I can see it.
Because we know how to make time for each other, and we're going to vibe, and we're going to make up for it with freaky time. You're going to be teaching me anal when I get tired come back from work late. You're going to be teaching me that anal. That's like, you're going to be teaching me new experiences. And it's like, okay, we're going to make up for you. I'm working all day. You're working all day. You understand me. I just want somebody that can understand me.
Yeah.
That's how she's feeling. It's like, okay, you understand. And you're spontaneous. I could deal with this. And you doing if I know you got your own business, you're busy dealing with that.
Yeah.
Not dealing with me. If I got my own business, I'm busy dealing with that. Then we come back together and we keep dominating. And it's like, your funds is growing. Your funds is growing. We got two businesses. We're doing our shit. Not just you trying to just live off. I'm actually, what are you doing today? Nothing. I'm off work. I'm just street. And I'm over here trying to work on my business. He's asking her, you want to go to the movies? I can't tonight.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. But
so let's now get into, I agree with everything you're saying. Let's now get into the new couples, and we'll talk about what their dynamic is, very quickly. And I will insert below, I'll put a picture of the two people that are together now so that we can, so that everybody can see those people. So from the top, Kat and Alex. Kat, let's talk about Kat first. Who did Kat end up with?
What's his name that was just talking about? Kat ended up with Antonio.
Kat ends up with Antonio. So I'm gonna put the picture below. I honestly think, okay, this is okay, I'm not even gonna say it. But Kat and Alex, I think that Alex may realize that he doesn't need somebody who's so exciting. He literally went from exciting, crazy to very boring, very mellow, very chill from Roxanne to Kat. So I think that dynamic, he might realize, oh, I like somebody who's a little bit more on the chill side. I don't know if he's gonna like her how mellow and how meek she is, but I think he might realize Roxanne's a little bit too much for me. Maybe I need somebody who's just gonna chill and hold the flow.
Yeah, because that means what Chicago probably did, not just to be thinking about it, has probably done anal with her. So Antonio can probably get the things he wants, and she's calm and chill at the same time. So he's like, I might like this. You stay over there, Rox.
So I honestly think that might, even if they don't end up leaving together, I think it might teach him a lot about, maybe I want somebody who's a little bit more peaceful. And then we're going to talk, we talked about James already, but James ends up with Raya, which I honestly think had Brian not left, that wouldn't have been the situation. It would have been Raya and Brian.
And Brian and her had a good vibe before. Cause she came to, she was like, I mean, he's been closed off since things popped off that one night, but I'm still open. And they had a good conversation. They talked about a lot of things, but that's who it would have been.
So James and Raya, while I honestly don't think that Raya is attracted to James just based on some of the conversation, but I do feel like I think she's going to be good for him more than he's going to be good for her. Because he, again, it's a therapy session for him. And she will listen to you and she will be like, it's going to be okay. I understand. Let's hold hands. She will coddle him and baby him, maybe in the way that his partner didn't. So I think he's going to benefit from this. For her, I don't think
Raya is that girl. If she's somebody who works,
you didn't see her holding his hands.
Who works at? Oh yeah, when they walked out, she was like,
No. You didn't see them sitting across the table from each other, and he's like, it's just so hard. She was like, "You want to hold my hand?"
Yeah,
like
that was cute as shit. I was like,
damn. That's what I'm saying, and that's what he wants. He wants to be babied. He wants to be babied.
Your big baby.
Your big old baby.
Nah, but I feel like I already predicted what's going to go down with them. Raya's going back to Trey. I feel like Trey's going to be like, okay, like, and Ryan's going to go back to James. James going to come back crying. I'm ready to get married. High school sweethearts. That's all she knows first of all, and that's all he knows. And she's going to have fun with Trey, but she's just going to go back. And he's just gonna come. Please.
I think by the end of this experiment, Raya's gonna be so sick of James. She's gonna be like, "Please, somebody take this man away." Because
I'm gonna marry you, Trey. She's gonna go back to Trey and say, "I'm gonna marry you." Trey.
Oh, she's gonna be like, "Oh Lord, I can't do this. I can't do this."
I doubt that she's just gonna go back to saying, because when Trey said he's ready to walk away, she kind of gave him a look like, "Damn, you don't really want to walk away." But I feel like she'll be so sick of James that it's like I doubt her looking and saying like, I'm gonna just go by my.
I really hope at some point she tells him, you need to grow up. You need to either seek some therapy or figure out something, because you can't be crying all the time. You can't. You got to get it together, sir.
And that's when the real Raya will come out. I'm waiting for that. Why? Because right now I can't gauge her.
Yeah. So then we'll talk about the other half of that couple. So Ryan ends up with Trey, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's the couple swap. Yeah. That James was talking about. Yeah. So how do you think that relationship's gonna go?
Ryan and Trey, they gonna vibe. Like they're.
You think so?
Ryan and Trey.
I think that.
Like I don't think they will last, but they're gonna have a good time. Like they're gonna get to know each other, probably be emotional, open up. Like I feel like he'll get her to open up. Right now, she's stiff with it because all she knows is James. But he's gonna.
You want to know what I really think about Trey?
What?
This man is a simp. This man, I literally think any woman could come by and be like, I like you. You know, I think we could be together. He'll be like, okay, let's get married. I don't think it matters who it is.
He did say, he opened up to her and said that I don't think I'm attractive.
He's insecure.
Insecure or whatever. So
because he went on a date. He went on a date with Lisa and was like, "You're just so beautiful," and all this stuff.
He was.
And then he was on the date with Ryan and was like, "You're just so beautiful in your eyes, and you have such nice style." I was like, "Shut your sipping ass up, boy."
Well, he was just complimenting.
No,
like Lisa, Raya's.
And this is where I say, I think any woman who's reasonably attractive, who's not a monster, and who came up to him and was like, I want to be married, I want to be together, he would be like, okay, let's do it.
You see, you see he ain't go for Cat. You see he went for the right individuals to talk to. Lisa, grown woman. Raya's a girl. That's a grown woman he's talking to, and then he's dealing with like another girl that's like the opposite of Raya. But because Raya's calm. Yeah. Ryan's calm, real chill. He was like, you don't show no emotions. He was like, I mean, cry. I don't know. I don't cry. Like he's gonna break her. Like, and they asked him like, I guess about the sexual connection. He was just like, yeah. He was just saying, yeah. I don't know.
I think I said this before. I don't think so. Again, if Lisa and Ryan would have stayed, I think that Lisa and Trey would have ended up together. That's who they would have chosen.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think that would have worked out because I honestly don't think that Trey wants somebody who is on their shit and ambitious and has their own thing. He wants somebody to take care of.
Did you see how he told her? He was proud of that girl. He's like, you got your own money. You're like,
I think that they could be good friends. Do I think that they would be in a relationship? No.
I didn't get that from Trey.
Lisa is way too dominant and way too. Lisa would be like,
you just said Trey's a sim. What,
no, like Trey doesn't want somebody who's he wants somebody that he can care for. He wants somebody who ain't got a lot going on, that's gonna listen to him. I think he would treat them good, but he wants to be in control of the situation.
You can care for Lisa.
No, you can't.
What you call is care for her in a different way. Maybe not financially, but Brian is care for her in a manly way. So it's like, okay, it's like at the end of the day, if you still care for me,
you don't respect that.
Brian's still trying to get his money up. She respects Brian. She's trying to get his money up, and it's like if he gets his money up, then it's like okay, then you have no excuse not to get married, and it's like okay, if I get my money up, then it's a wrap. But for freaking Trey, who's already financially stable, his simp self will definitely be like, okay, you got it. It's like you ain't paying for my stuff, I ain't paying for your stuff. What's the issue? Let's just get married.
Let's focus on Trey and Ryan.
Yeah.
So I don't think that relationship's. You know what? Honestly, I think they're gonna have fun together. I think they're gonna enjoy each other's company and be friends. Sure. Do I think it's gonna be anything romantic? Nah, I don't. I don't see it.
So far,
I don't see it.
So far, yeah. I was saying if somebody slips up, it's gonna be Roxanne and it could be Trey. Like they get it
okay.
A little bit.
Trey doesn't strike me as the type that's gonna try and do that.
We'll see.
But yeah, he needs to work on his. He needs to work on his insecurity. And whenever he was like, when people, this is how he annoyed me. When people see you in the street, they're like, they turn and they look at you. I'm like, when he was talking to Ryan, he was like, you got that style, you got that swagger. People are gonna turn heads when they walk by. I was like, okay. And then she was like, you too. And he was like, no, not me.
Like, don't do that. But look, I can see that. You know why I can see that? Because he's from South Carolina and she's from that country part, South Carolina, and he's like they're not far apart. So he's around that type of environment. So that's probably what he's cool with too.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm right by home. They said they got the same favorite lunch spot in South Carolina. Yeah. Her country. He's just right down the street, so I believe that. We'll see.
And then we're gonna talk about Roxanne. So Roxanne ends up with Alex. Is that his name?
Alex.
Yeah.
Alex.
I think they're gonna get spicy. If any relation, like you said, if anybody's gonna slip, if anything's gonna get cracking, it's gonna be because of Roxanne. I don't think it's gonna be because of Alex. It's gonna be because Roxanne. Roxanne's gonna be like, oh, we got 5 minutes between our meetings. Let's get it cracking.
Let's get it cracking. What do you want to try? What do you want to try?
She don't want her man. She wants to throw him in the garbage. She's done. She is gonna leave here. I bet you Roxanne leaves here single. She's not gonna leave with Alex, but she's gonna leave there single and be like, I could find somebody who's on the same type of energy as me. You
don't think Alex will leave with her?
Nah. You know why?
You think Alex is gonna go back to Katie?
Yes. Because I think in the same sense,
he's scared of.
He's gonna get tired of. He's gonna get tired of her wild ass. He's gonna be like, okay, shut your ass up. Like I come from Cat, who's chill, and your loudmouth ass is too aggressive. He's gonna be like, nah, I can't. No, he's gonna be sick of her by the end of it. And you saw that when she brought up anal, he was like, so long. He was so taken aback at first. He's like, what?
He was like,
he's not gonna.
She was like, keep it real. I was like, oh my god.
He's gonna be sick. She's too much for him, especially with where he's coming from. They're not gonna be together.
I don't know. I don't get her as too much. You're taking her as too much. I think it's just a different experience. Like she works so much, and somebody who's always giving you like if you're always busy and can't understand you're always busy, you start getting annoyed, and it's like if I got somebody who's not doing that, then it's cool. Yeah. I didn't see her as too much, but I saw her as more bold than Katie for sure. But I didn't see her as too much to where Cat. Her name's Cat or Katie? Cat. Same crap. But yeah, I didn't see her as too much, but we'll see.
She's a lot to handle. No, the thing is, I actually don't mind Roxanne. Yeah. I just think that she's very high. I think she's very high energy, and I just think, like you said, she needs somebody who's literally doing the exact same thing as her. She needs somebody who has a business and who ain't got no time. That's exactly what she needs. And but anyway, so that's really it, right? That's everybody. That's the new couplings. That's where we're at right now. There's more episodes released, so if you're watching this, you may have already watched the rest of what's been released, but we'll do a part 2 covering those episodes. As you can see, this episode's already an hour. It would have probably been 3 hours if we would have tried to talk about everything.
She already started watching it.
I know. I don't think I realized that maybe I don't know, maybe I walked away during the transition from episode to episode, because you know how Netflix will just start playing the next one. Maybe that's what happened, and I just kind of started watching episode 4, but we'll see. So we're going to close this out with, if we were in this house, who would you go for?
Raya.
Because she's cute?
I mean, just looking at my life and where I'm at right now, it's like I would want somebody who's trying to... Yeah, this thing's all right.
You know what I think it was? I think it's because she's young. She's young.
She has time to.
But you and a girl who's saying, if the credit card don't decline, I'm fine. You could do a girl like that.
You already know how I'm gonna go down. So if I take it, she's gonna have to pay my rules.
Hold up. And she want to live with you, and she don't want to pay mortgage.
You said what?
I said, and she wants to live with you, and she don't want to pay mortgage.
And she's not gonna be my girl, and she's not gonna be my girl after that.
And that's what I'm saying. So
she still gotta live with me or pay mortgage. She's not gonna live with me. She'll live with wherever she wants to live. She ain't gotta live with me right now. At this point, you're trying to figure yourself. You're 25. You're not living with me. Sorry, you're not living with me at 25. You're gonna figure yourself out. And it's like, you're saying, who would I be in the ultimatum, or who would I be with just in general? Like you're saying, if I had to be in the ultimatum,
we're in the ultimatum, and you have to choose somebody who you think is best for you for this experiment. Who are you choosing? You're saying Raya?
Marry in 3 weeks. Who am I choosing? That's hard.
The funny thing is, you know who I'm choosing for you?
Ryan, if anything, is who I'm playing with.
Oh, you know who I'm choosing for you?
Roxanne or Lisa?
I'm choosing Roxanne for you.
Hell no, that's not.
Because you know what I think? I think that she's your age. She's 31 years old, but she's also not ready to get married. So there's not the pressure of that. But she's also very ambitious, which you always say you want the time and the space to do your own thing. She's going to give you the time and the space to do your own thing. And she's going to motivate you to be like, you can't sit on your ass if you want to be with me. You got to be on the same level. I see that partnership as something that would be beneficial to you.
It could be beneficial to me, but I don't know if I would.
And I think that where she is exactly where she is, and things she says is exactly where you are at.
Yeah, but she probably got her own bread. I mean, she's doing businesses.
She's gonna expect you to be on your shit.
Yeah, and it's like, or I could just find somebody that's. But I mean, if we're saying already married, of course I'm gonna want stability, but stay at home.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying who you're married to. I'm saying you're on the show.
So you're saying ultimatum.
Who are you doing your experiment with? That's what I'm asking. Who are you living your with?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If I'm just thinking experiment, because I'm not thinking of going home with any of these people. It's not.
Hold on. Let's say you're fully participating in the experiment. You're trying to choose somebody who's best
Raya.
Who you think is
Raya.
Okay.
Right.
That's crazy to me, because I don't think she would be a good. I think that you could not do anything long term with her. A Hooters girl who lives paycheck to paycheck. Who ain't trying to pay no bills.
That's no much different than where we were at 25.
I'm saying you're choosing her because of age.
Where was I at 25?
It doesn't matter. We're grown now. I'm talking about today. You're on the show. You're choosing somebody who's 20. You're choosing her because she's not ready for marriage. That's your whole thing. She's not ready for marriage. You can have the space and the time. But personality wise.
Oh, personality wise, I'm cool with chill. I'm cool with chill. I'm trying to tell you, that girl is fronting right now. We're gonna find out she's fronting. She's fronting right now. And the whole quiet persona is intriguing. But it's like, okay, it's like, I don't believe, but I also don't think you're interested in the option you have, James. So you're just doing TV now. Like, you want a real man. You want somebody you want Trey, but you just don't want the pressure of Trey.
Who do you think I would pick?
You'll pick Trey easy. You say Trey's controlling, but I think you'll pick Trey. Or Antonio.
I think I'd go for Antonio. if I'm looking at this, I think I go for Antonio because
so you just want somebody that just wants to live a regular life.
No. Antonio said he's making money enough to. I want somebody who is making the money but has the time for me and wants to be married. And I like that in Antonio. Antonio wants to be married. He's got the money, but he's still ambitious. He still wants to grow. And
why are you putting the ambition there? How do you know he's ambitious?
Because he's saying I'm almost there to a point where I can take care of the household. I'm just trying to get there. I feel like he wants to be there. He's trying to get to the point where he can do that. He still has the drive and the motivation. He's not an entrepreneur. He's not on the same energy.
So where do you think I'm at? Where am I at?
As far as what?
I'm at the point where I'm almost there where I can take care of the household, or if not already there. Or whatever.
I'm not comparing Antonio to you. The question is, if I go into the house, who would I pick? And I'm saying I would pick Antonio. That's all I'm saying. I'm not comparing you to Antonio.
And that's just like Raya. I don't need Raya to be almost there taking care of the household. I just need you to be able to get on your shit eventually. Like, just don't try to take up all my time. Like, if you're asking for a date, you better be giving me all day. And
that's what I'm saying. And she wants dates, and she living paycheck to paycheck, and she don't want to pay them mortgage.
That's just not gonna last for long with me. That's what I'm saying. The experiment is just the experiment. I don't gotta deal with it.
I'm just trying to say, no, you're trying to pick somebody who you think that you could be. That's the whole point. You're not choosing somebody to just have fun.
Ryan gives me time. Is also young enough to be like, I can't have her 35 and she's working at Hooters. I'm not going for that. 25 is like, okay, you're still acting childish. You'll get out of that phase eventually. And I have to choose with what I already got going on. Runner up after that is Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
I think runner up after Antonio.
I'm not choosing Roxanne.
I'm just saying Roxanne is going to be the best for you. But I'm thinking if I don't go for Antonio, I go for Trey next.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to
we'll follow this up with, and I guess you already chose. Who would be your last choice? Who would you be like, absolutely not? I will not pair up with them.
Cat.
I think you would like somebody who don't fight back.
I'm trying to tell you that's where Ryan comes in. Ryan, she's chill and calm, and I believe her calm versus Raya's calm.
I think. Do you know who my last pick would be?
James. Or you go take Ryan?
No, James. No, it's James. It's James. Yeah. I was like, nigga, what? Grow up. Get out of my face with that.
You don't do crying.
No, I don't do, and that's crazy. It's like I'm a big crier, but I don't like male tears, like sir. Unless like something happens to like your family or like God forbid something.
Yeah.
But don't just be crying to cry every day. I'll be so annoyed with you. I'll be so annoyed with you. I'll be like, I don't got time for your tears. Go to better help. Go something. Therapist, something. I'm not it. I don't got time.
Where am I supposed to go if I can't come to my relationship?
Not me.
Okay.
But anyway, that was a really good review. I'm excited to watch more and see what's going to happen. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for tuning in to our review.
Comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Like my setup. Tell me if I like this setup.
Yeah, for sure. But we'll see y'all in the next one.
Later.
Bye.